The offense set for a first down play. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
The give to the single back. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
There's just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. Unleashes one. Working on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
The Utes are moving quickly down the field. Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Operating in the red zone here on second down. A designed run for the quarterback. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability to stop the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, give on the inside. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense, or you got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Utes! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The fair catch called for and made. This offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Buying some time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. They couldn't do it on that last play.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Coming after him. Keeps the play going. Skips away from pressure. And the pass hits. Picked off. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with him, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it. He's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, we clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Dropping back, it's Chubb. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up the big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Utah!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And it works if he can get the first down. And the tackle was made, but that fake worked to perfection to pick up the first down.
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap it to the up back, completing the pass.
Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Utah 14, Mississippi State.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On second down, looking to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Threads it inside the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Got it behind the line. It's Mitchell. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They're going to go to the air on third and short. Looking deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Utes decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They're trying to get to him. He's going to run it. They bring him down, but not before he gets just enough to move the chains. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Across the 45. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space and let him go to work.
He's moving out of the pocket. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Bulldogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback checking the play. From the gun. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Moves around to clear up the vision. Unleashes one deep. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
I love the way this defense is fighting down here close to their own goal line, right? They get a sack on the first play. Great coverage on the second one, knocking it away. Here comes a huge 3rd down. Can they do it again? Can they come up with another big one?
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Fires into the end zone. And that pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew.
He's going to throw deep right side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Off to the races to the right. Touchdown, Utes. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it has gone final in that enormous top 5 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Georgia Tech went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Yellow Jackets always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. Always interesting to see top 5 teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Hubs it downfield. And the ball is picked off.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Back to throw, it's Chop. A strike downfield. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Utah! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. They're just about ready to kick it away. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. Line gets set, first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's right on target. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Fires to the right. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Utes! How about that D coming up with a play like that? Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one.
This is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Sparko. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too?
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback. He'll get rid of it. He's got him wide open. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The hand to the running back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's got it on the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now.
He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Utah 35, Mississippi State 14.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
He wants to throw. Still looking, on the move. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
Brings up.
And how about the inside linebacker flying through there? You see those guys come up, and you see how fast they can come up and fit the run. But how about blitzing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack?
Off play action. Takes a hit as he fires. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He chucks one out to the right. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing to the perimeter of the field, and they just didn't have it there.
They go to the ground. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Toss to the outside. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Caught in the backfield, it's Slater. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
The Utes are threatening in the red zone. The corners are walked up tight. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
They'll ride the hot hand. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11.
Brings up 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Chubb. Buys a little extra time. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
And the Utes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Wide out in motion. They want to run this quarterback. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll...
Touchdown, Utah! And the route is on.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my...
Snatches it on the run. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants.
Check, check.
He's back to throw on second down. Spits it out to the back. It's caught. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
He caught it. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
Oh, nice play by the offense. But listen, defensively, I gave up the big play. It's over. Short memory. Now I got to bow my neck, make a stop on this goal line stand here.
Slams ahead. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mississippi State. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Arizona is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Tucson, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 4 over Iowa. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down.
First and 10.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack.
Convoy. Slide 22. 691. Black 24.
Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Give to the running back. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The lone back's got it. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Utah 42, Mississippi State 21.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
You know, I think there's a lot of people in the stadium that were wondering, why are they going for it on 4th and 1 in their own end of the field? But the gamble paid off.